Oh, yeah.
All right, troops. Hey. Whew. You know, you don't have to be perfect to do this business.
Yeah. Well, good morning, everyone. We're so excited you're here. Pat and I will be your hosts this morning, but we want to make this interactive. We want people to, at the end, pipe up with comments, with questions. If anyone is struggling with something, we certainly want you to make that known. This is a very safe place, and it's always fun to get your questions answered, to brainstorm with people that are like-minded and have your best interests at heart. So again, don't hesitate if you're struggling with something or if you want to share a win that you had, but we'll do that at the end. We're going to do our formal presentation at the beginning. So what we're going to cover this morning is several different things, but it's all pretty simple stuff. We want to continue to build community with our organization of health coaches from all over the country, and also by being on these Zooms every Saturday morning, creating some accountability because you hear what other people are doing, you'll hear about successes that people are having, and oftentimes it's those little things that we need to get inspired to move forward in our own business and in our own journey. Pat's going to cover a 28-day health challenge that's getting started, and that begins November 5th. She'll cover some great information on that. I'm going to cover certification, why that's important, and what are the financial gains of being certified. Pat's going to cover plugging in to the Monday night coach Zooms with Dr. Anderson and the Wednesday webinars, what that entails and the importance of those. And then I'm going to cover where we can access the recordings. Oftentimes, that's a big dilemma for people. I know sometimes I myself have to think, let's see, how can I access the recording? So we want everybody to be familiar with that. And then lastly, we're going to celebrate our October rank ups. We have some amazing health coaches who have ranked up in the month of October, and they are going to share a little bit about their stories and what's working for them in their own business model. And then we're going to end with a Q&A, any comments that people want to make, anything that you want to share, including struggles that you might be having. So Pat, take it away with the 28-day health coach challenge.
Okay, Dee, thank you. And, we're excited. I'm excited to be here this morning. Again, like Dee said, this is a safe place. It's a place where we all want to come and learn and grow together. And believe me, we learn and grow with you. So please know that, we want you to share, because we learn from each other. And there are things that you guys teach us, just like, we get to share with y'all. The only difference is we've been here a little longer, but and there's lots of great coaches on this call. So thanks for all being here with us on Saturday. And I hope, we kind of teased about Dee and I meeting in our pajamas about an hour ago and said, go put some faces on. But, you can come like that, too. You see what I did? I just put a visor on because I didn't have time to do my hair. And that's okay. But what we want to talk about first thing this morning is a 28-day health coach challenge. So anybody here, want to do the actions to help you grow your business? Anybody but me? I need to be in action here. And we truly feel like action we do right now, we get different responses. Yeah, every now and then you'll get somebody who will say, after the holidays. But, I had a meeting yesterday, and I had 40 people that came at 9 o'clock in the morning to a talk, and with a lot of synergy and energy. And I really emphasize, the holiday, people think the holidays are October 31st to January 2nd, which is 61 days. But really, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, throw in a couple of office parties or extra family parties. We only talk in not even two handfuls of holiday days. So are we going to blow everything we've worked for 10 months in this year for, less than two handfuls of holidays? Or are we going to treat those like what they truly are, is a day here and there that with moderation, we can continue on a program and enjoy holidays and family? Or we stick to our program for our clients that are on 5-1 and look forward to the rest of our life being in a healthy state, future holidays. So we think this is a great time for coaches. And we know people are watching now. People are deciding now what they will do in the new year. But it doesn't mean they won't start now at a very, maybe, to maintain till January 1st. Or some, could lose 20, 30, 40 pounds if they started today to January 1st. I have a client starting Monday, and she's excited about starting. So, as coaches, these actions will either help us get new clients and coaches now, or definitely set us up for action in the new year. So why should we join? It's to be doing those activities. And it's so easy in the busyness of our lives, but you can dedicate an hour, we'll talk about what this is, but I say give yourself some time every day for the next 28 days, and this can really change your business. Everyone is eligible to participate, any health coach. Now, I would like to say this to business coaches. If you have somebody, a brand new health coach that says, is tech savvy, ready to go, wants to grow this business, I say invite them. But always with new coaches, even though you can invite them and bring them along, you want to stay locked, elbow to elbow, and stay with them, the guide and support. But we do that with every brand new coach. So you get to decide if you think this would be a good fit for your new coach. So, but anyone that's a coach is eligible. How you join is, when we'll go into that, is through the Facebook group, Team Creating Health is where we go. So if anybody here, think about it, if you're on in that group or not. If you're not, we want to get you in. There's an announcement, and we will go through that with you, the next couple of slides. So what's the level of commitment? We are asking for action every day. But what's the level of commitment is whatever you can commit to. We will meet as a group 1 hour a week on Tuesday evenings at 8 o'clock Central Time. And I'll talk just a little bit. The action starts on Monday, and you'll see it in the next couple of slides. So that's November the 5th. It goes for 4 full weeks, which I think is December the 3rd. I don't have my calendar right in front of me. Let me pull it up. And then we'll meet on that final 4th Tuesday, which is December the 4th. Yes, that is correct. So it'll go, November the 5th, which is Monday, through December the 2nd. Then we're going to meet again on December the 4th. So the Tuesday nights, there's actually 5 Tuesday nights, starting with December the 6th through December the 4th. So let's go through here. How can we find it? Well, first, you go to Team Creating Health. Click on announcements. That's the easiest way to get to this post that I've created about the Health Coach Challenge. And in there, and I'll go there. But this is what you do. You click on the link to register. Then you'll download the form, save it to your computer, and then what you do is you set your goals before you get started. You send that to your business coach, and then every week you update the sheet and send it to your business coach on Sunday evening. What there will be is a drawing every Monday. Whoever sends in their form is put into a drawing. Now, please, 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 Dee and I are begging you, don't let the look of this form overwhelm you. For some reason, even, it did for me. I looked at the form and I'm thinking, oh my God, what is this? It's a simple Excel form. So what we do, and this is just a picture of the form. I have one here printed, and on the top tells you how to participate. Box number 3, if you go to the left, the 28-day goal. And it gives you an example of what you go. You can see I put my name and my business coach in. You type in your goal for the 28 days. And then every week in block number 4, you update what happened this week. What did I do this week? Now, on the left-hand side here, looking at it, it gives you what the activities. You see the first 2. Share your story is 1. So if you do that on Monday, November the 5th, you put the 1 in the box.
Right here.
There. See, Tuesday, if you do it again, you talk to another person, you get another 1. Let's say Wednesday you didn't do it, you put yourself a 0. Thursday, you keep going. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It should be Thursday. I know it has an R up there. Should be, maybe it's because of the Thursday, I don't know. Anyway, you see it 1 week at a week at a time, then there's your points for that week. We continue using the same sheet all the way through, and you'll see how your points will accumulate. So what are the actions? You see the first two, promote health. Did you complete a marketing activity is number 2. You can see part of that. Number 3 is follow up. Did you add new names to your contact list? That's how that starts. So that's working on our contact list. Number 4 is client and coach support. Did you support your clients or coaches today? Is how that block starts. So the next one is 3-way calls. Did you complete a 3-way call today with a business leader or coach or a candidate or client? So, I mean, it encompasses all the things we do, clients and coach support, as well as acquisition. And the final one is professional growth. Did you meet with your business coach, invest 15 minutes in reading or reviewing a training resource or a book, or participate in an online training? See, so this would be an online training that you would be participating in. So the actions are things that will help us grow our businesses. So I truly want to encourage each and every one of you. And at the end of the PowerPoint, we'll go to this document live, and we want to answer questions. We'll go to Facebook, show you exactly, how to register. There's a link, and how to go to this, how to download it if you need it. I had challenges this morning downloading, but it was just like whoever was fighting with their video this morning, the camera. Sometimes with technology, we try, and I was about in a panic. I made a message group with David Bush and Dee and said, oh my God, if I'm having trouble, I was thinking, how can I explain this in a Zoom if I'm having trouble downloading it? I clicked again. I kind of cleared a few things, clicked again. It worked like a clock ticking. So I want to encourage you, don't let this form. And you know what? I mean, Dee and I were, your Medicare coaches, and of course Cheryl Child is, and there's a few others. Karen Anderson's birthday this week. We're not the only ones, But, if we can learn this thing, I know for most of you, and I'm so appreciative, are younger and are, tech savvy, but it's not that hard, even though sometimes it can be overwhelming. But you know what? The obstacle is the way. And when we do learn these things, and I'm so grateful for this business, because I don't know if I'd even own a computer if I wasn't on it. I feel like I can't imagine life without this business that has helped me, become so familiar with technology. I mean, I'm about to give a class on how to do post on Facebook, if you can believe that. So we've come a long way, baby, and we're not done yet. So I just want to encourage everyone to, embrace the challenge and know that we're here. We can do it together. I mean, and I got some experts. I'm looking, Debbie Palmel is always, so willing to help when we get stuck. And sometimes that's all it takes is somebody doing it with you, and they'll see one little thing that I'm not doing, and it makes it easy. So
Pat, I wanted to say too that, even if you still have a full-time job, you've got a lot of things going on in your life, still get on, because you will pick up bits and pieces And this is a challenge that's being done with other A-team leaders. So David Bush, Nancy Strauss, who's the successful she used to be a hairdresser, now she's at the top tier of our company. There are so many dynamic people, and even if you are only doing activity twice a week or once a week or listening in, you're going to pick up stuff from other leaders that, you know, can be very, very exciting. So don't be overwhelmed or thinking you have to be perfect. You may just want to listen in because that's all you can commit to right now. And then Pat's going to cover this as well.
Right. Now, at the end of this, we're going to go, and I'll actually show you the schedule, the speakers talking, what on Tuesday night we'll actually be doing, because it's not, I wouldn't say it's interactive, but we're there together. You'll understand when we go through it live. So give us a little grace on that. In addition, simultaneously while we're doing that, and it will be recorded. So, you know, we're asking people for another Tuesday night. And believe me, Dee and I were tortured by that fact. That was the biggest obstacle, you know, when we were considering it. It's asking people, because Monday night to me is non-negotiable. That's our all coach call. And Wednesday night, there's some amazing support calls, and we can talk about those. So we're asking people for one more night. And in our hearts of hearts, we know the action is what we need, and it's temporary. It's 5 Tuesdays, and the final one's going to be a final thing that we are asking, yes. But we do truly feel this will explode your business in 2019 if we come and we work together. So during this same time, we're going to have an Accelerate Your Sponsoring. So this runs from November the 12th to the 18th. So it's 1 week. And it's going to be very similar format. And these, we're going to meet at 12 o'clock noon Central Time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then on Wednesday night, November 14th, after the client support call and Habits of Health webinar, we'll have a Rewards of Coaching trilogy presentation. So it's like inviting someone to come and be a coach. Then on Thursday, the 15th, at 1 o'clock Central Time, we're going to do another trilogy presentation, but we will have Dr. A with us, and I think some other health professionals on that one. So very specific. Yes, we are looking for coaches in this 1 week. Then from that Thursday through the Sunday, November 18th, that's a follow-up period to where we follow up with people we shared with, people we brought to these trilogies, and hopefully help them become coaches. So it's condensed. It's 1 week. It's in the middle of our health coach challenge, but can be very powerful for our business. And these are the things that some of the fastest growing coaches in our company, these are the things they're doing. They take, a few weeks, they compress training and challenges and reaching out and sponsoring, and what they're creating are FIBCs, even from brand new coaches. A brand new coach starts getting a few clients. At the same time, they sponsoring and supporting a new coach or two. Next thing you know, they've senior coach, they have 2 senior coaches, they have 3,600 in frontline volume, they ED. They do it another month or two, continue the action. By the time their frontline gets to 6,000, they have 5 senior coaches, they FIBC. It's how now we're doing a fast start to growing our business. When we started coaching, we didn't have that blended ED path. The first thing was to get to 6,000 in frontline volume. So we pretty much paid that was our focus, is getting clients. Well, now we want to incorporate sponsoring coaches at the same time that will help grow businesses faster. So we ask for your patience. Come and just be with us. It's going to be recorded. If you cannot be with us at 8 o'clock Central on Tuesday night, I'm telling you, David Bush will have this recording up by midnight on Tuesday. Find time the next day or late that night. Some of you guys are late people, or we have our West Coast people, and listen to the recording and pretend you're there live, even though you're doing it, on your phone. That's all I got to say about that.
Thanks, Pat. Again, don't be overwhelmed, guys. It's information that will help you move forward.
Right.
Um, so
Okay.
next I'm going to talk about certification.
We missed one, Dee.
Yeah, right here.
So the plug-in. The plug-in.
Well, that's next.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So next I'm going to talk about certification, what it is and why it's important. Our company has an educational piece built into it. It's all based on Dr. A's Habits of Health book. So if you read the book, do some of the lessons in the workbook, then you will have everything that you need to take the certification exam. It's in Optavia Connect. It's an online exam. It's open book. So if you get to the exam and there's a question that you don't know the answer to, you can skip it. You can come back to it later. If you get interrupted in the middle of the exam, let's say you do 25 questions and then you have to go out the door, when you open it back up, it will have your 25 questions that you've already answered, and you'll be able to pick it up exactly where you left off. Now, why is certification important? Because it's tied to additional income. Right off the bat, once you get certified, you get paid an additional 3% in commissions on every single order. So you're leaving money on the table when you're not certified. However, if you're a brand new coach, you've got things that you're working on. So don't worry that you have to get certified from day one. However, once your frontline volume, this is the volume of your own personal clients, reaches $2,000 or more per month, you definitely want to get certified, because when your frontline volume is 2,000 or more, you're now going to be able to tap into quarterly bonuses from the company. These are not just one-time bonuses, they're every 3 months. So you have to have a frontline volume of over $2,000. And once you start achieving that, when you average $2,000 over 3 consecutive months, your bonus will be $250. Once your frontline volume continues to increase, if over a 3-month period of time you average $4,000, your bonus will be $500. Once you are over $6,000 and you keep that 6,000 average over a 3-month period, you'll start to tap into quarterly bonuses of $1,000. That's awfully nice when that pops into your bank account. But again, you have to be over $2,000 in any given month. There's a second bonus that takes place. Again, these bonuses do not get paid unless you're certified. The second bonus is when you're a fully integrated business coach. That means you have a 6,000 frontline volume and you have 5 senior coach legs. 5 people in separate legs that have 5 clients or more. When you achieve that, you'll also be awarded a second quarterly bonus of $1,000. So now you've got $2,000 every quarter. So the first one here is called a client consistency bonus. This one for the 5 senior coach legs or more is called a coach consistency bonus. The other thing that happens if you're certified is you will then qualify for company leads. Yesterday I spoke to a lead. She ordered right away. And how do you get leads? Again, you have to be certified. You have to have 6,000 in frontline volume every month or more. and you have to have a personal order of your own of $150 or more. The financial driver in our business are our fuelings. And so I use fuelings every month. I know Pat uses fuelings every month, Debbie Baumel, and so on and so forth. And there is a certification report that you can run off Optavia Connect to see who in your organization is certified. Pat's going to cover plugging in, and then at the end, we'll, if you have any questions, write them down and we can clarify some things. So Pat, you're muted.
I mentioned these briefly earlier, but we ask all coaches, and you've heard us do trainings on putting in the big rocks of things that'll help grow your business or just even in your life. You put those on your calendar first. Well, All Coach Mondays is one of those big rocks. Every Monday night, 7 o'clock Central. Usually it's led by Dr. A or some other fabulous leader in our company. And after over 12 years, I really believe the call from last Monday night was one of the best, if not the best, in the top 5 of the over 12 years that we've been doing these All Coach calls. There's just tremendous learning that can happen here. The good news is these are recorded. So if you can't be on live, and these are Zooms, but they're Zoom webinars. They're not interactive like this. We can't talk if we want to. But I would encourage you to come on to these meetings and hear them. And sometimes, the recordings are great. I still think, if possible, come live. There's something about just being there, hearing it live for the first time. But if you cannot, please, 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 they're usually, and we'll talk about where you can find the recordings. They're usually there in 24 to 48 hours. This Tuesday morning, I called the company and said, hey, whatever you can, get the recording up. It was one of the best ever. And by Tuesday night, it was up. So that's the All Coach call on Monday with Dr. A. On Wednesday, there is a client support call, and especially for new coaches, I want to encourage you to go to, if you have a question that a client's asked you, or if you have a client that has a question, I encourage you, bring the client with you. You just dial in. This is on the phone, and you have health professionals that lead this call. Usually a physician, a nurse, and it's the same ones over and over. You kind of get to know them. Sometimes client support is there. Dee is one of our support physicians. Cheryl Child is another. Frida Keller's on our team. She's a nurse that is often there. This Friday, Frida and Dee did an amazing call. In the beginning, when we started coaching, these weren't recorded, number one, but this is how we learned how to answer. I remember going every week because I wanted to learn the questions that clients would be asking me. And I was a little bit fearful. I said, I need to know, how would I answer these questions? And it's how I learned to answer a lot of questions, is by listening to these calls. And there's amazing information. So I want to encourage you. And then immediately following that, and they always at the end of it give the Zoom ID number, you can go to a Habits of Health Zoom. Well, this week, Amber Smithson did one on holiday tips, how to stay healthy during the holidays. Amazing presentation. And brought in, there's always a few stories of successful coaches and our clients on program, but amazing stuff. And then immediately it's followed by a trilogy presentation. And it can be by different people. We've had people in the military. We've had it from teachers, by nurses, different pastors.
Millennials, Pat.
Millennials was amazing just a few weeks ago. So they're very specific, often very specific. I think we have health professionals coming up. So I just want to encourage you, and if you can't be on these calls, you can learn from the recordings. So we're going to go live after this presentation to where to actually find these. But the Monday night All Coach, Optavia Coach Mondays, you go to Optavia Connect and go to resources, and they're there. That's one place. And then the Habits of Health Zooms, you can go to YouTube and search Habits of Health Zooms, and they'll all come up. Or you can go to your co-branded site. And that, mine is stl.optavia.com. we all have our co-branded sites. Then you click, you'll see a ribbon, a black ribbon, click on Optavia Community, and it comes right up. So we'll go live at the end of this, if you know, and show you exactly where these things are. But we have amazing resources, and I want to encourage you, listen little whiles at a time. You know, walking somewhere, I listen while I'm exercising. I'm always listening to something, and so I just want to encourage you to, you know, find, you know, we can do this business in minutes here and there in our days, and you'll be amazed at, you know, what you can take away from these fabulous trainings.
Pat, I want to say too, you know, you and I have been around for 11 years. It's hard to believe that, but this every week is the shot in the arm that I need to clarify why I'm doing this business, why I love the community, all of that. You know, I've heard a lot of the points that are made on Dr. Anderson's Coach Monday call. I've heard it many times, but that shot in the arm is just so important to keep me motivated and moving forward for the week. So next I'm going to cover ranking up, and our rank up is on a point system. So we get 1 point for every $1,200 in frontline volume. That's about 4 clients. And we get 1 point for every senior coach leg on our team. So that's how the points accumulate. So in order to qualify as executive director, and that's a rank that we all aspire to because it's the top commission level of 31% if you're certified. So executive director is 5 points. So to achieve the first rank of senior coach, which is where we want all of our new coaches and beyond to rank to, you need $1,200, but you need 5 separate ordering entities. Manager is the next level. You need 2 points for that, so you can achieve that with 2,400 in frontline volume, or with 1,200 and 1 senior coach. Associate director, 3 points. You can achieve that with 3,600 in frontline volume, or 1,200 and 2 senior coaches, 2,400 and 1 senior coach. Director is 4 points, and then executive director, the 5 points. Integrated executive director is the level beyond that. That's 6,000 in frontline volume. We tap into the additional $1,000 in bonuses. Integrated executive director also means you need 5 senior coach teams and a group volume of 15,000. Believe me, if you have 6,000 in frontline volume and 5 senior coach legs, the 15,000 is easy. And again, certified so that you can get leads from the company and the bonuses. So
the one thing, flip back to that last slide. Senior coach is group volume. That 1,200, it's you and your team. I'm sorry, we should have had that there, but just I put it in the chat also.
Yeah.
But senior coach, it's your group. So anybody, you have 1 coach with you, and that helps you get. Now you have to have 5 ordering entities, but it does make a difference for that first promotion.
Yeah, thanks, Pat, for clarifying that. So our October rank ups, we're very excited. Rebecca Whitaker is our newest senior coach. We have 4 new managers: Linda Pevnick, Michelle Axiom, Naomi and Tatarek, and Naomi, I'm sure I slaughtered your last name, so you can clarify that for us. Laura Peterson, our newest associate director, Dr. Carrie McGill, and then Debbie Baumel, integrated national director. So we're really excited about these new rank ups, and we're going to have, I'm going to stop the screen share and have each of them go ahead and share. I'm not sure Rebecca is on, but I believe that and I have to write these names down or I'll forget the order. Linda, Michelle is not. She was working nights. Michelle is a nurse practitioner. We've got Naomi is on, Laura and Carrie, and then Debbie. So let me come off screen share. And if Rebecca is on, and let's see, Pat, you want to search the participants? But again, I don't think Rebecca's on. I think she had something else. Naomi, do you want to start then as a new manager? Share briefly your story and, or actually Linda, Linda's the first one, Linda Pevnick. Linda, do you want to unmute yourself? Pat, can you help her unmute?
I don't see her.
Yeah, she's under Galaxy 58.
Oh, okay. No wonder. I was looking for her name.
Yeah.
Sure. Here we go, Linda.
There you go. Linda, we got you. Or you're unmuted.
Okay, great. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
We see.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. So I am working full time. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I have a private practice in psychotherapy. And I've been a member. I started Optavia, Take Shape for Life. It must be 4 or 5 years ago, and I lost 50 pounds. Now I have kind of glided up a little bit, but I'm working on getting myself back down again. And I became a coach not very long after I reached my goal weight. And so I haven't really done very much with the coaching. I had a client or two, but since the convention this year, I think I have 5 or 6 people that I'm coaching, and it seemed like I get referrals from this physician who's a sleep doctor of sleep medicine, and I was getting referrals from him, but nobody was signing up. So after the convention, I did some more calls with Dee, 3-way, and it seems like all of a sudden I kind of found my groove. And I think what's been helping me is really trying. I think being a therapist actually was difficult for me because I couldn't do therapy with people, so I kind of didn't know what to do. And but I think I found a way to begin to hone in on the pain that people are feeling. And the frustration seems like a theme that everybody has when I'm talking to them is that they're very frustrated with themselves about losing weight. And so talking to them about the pain of that, and also trying to help them not be angry at themselves, because there's so many reasons why people have excess weight in this society that it isn't about blaming oneself. So motivating that energy into working on getting more healthy, that seems to have been what's helping me, I think, turn the corner. So I'm really excited about, and I've really been enjoying the coaching calls, and I'm really enjoying helping people find better health.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. And you know, the point you make, it takes a while to get into the groove, as you said, of when you're talking to potential clients. I know at the beginning, I myself was in my head a lot. So when I would talk to a potential client, I would be in my head thinking, oh, they're not going to be interested. They're going to think it's too expensive. And that negative energy that's inside our heads gets portrayed to the other person. Now I have an ironclad belief that this is one of the best things out there for people that struggle with weight. So I'm no longer here. I'm here just like you are, being compassionate, and that makes the difference. The other point that you made is work with your mentor and have the health assessment modeled for you until you get into your groove. So thanks for sharing that.
Dee, I'd like to add
Linda.
something. One
Yes,
more
go ahead,
point
Pat.
is, Linda, congratulations to all of you. But Linda, congratulations. You never quit. And I want to credit the convention. You came to that event. I think the knowledge that we learned there, you put into action, and you locked elbows with a mentor. And I can't apologize. I almost want to apologize. We didn't have the tools in the beginning that we have now. Mentors are getting better and better and better also, because we have more tools and we're continuing to learn, all mentors that are here. So I just want to congratulate Linda and, again, give credit to that wonderful event. Events can change your business, even simple things like our challenge. We learned so much.
Yeah. So Naomi, you're next, and please tell us how to pronounce your last name.
Naomi's not muted. We were hearing her earlier. Check the volume on your computer, maybe, Naomi, or mute yourself and unmute. There you go.
Unmute in two different places. Sorry about that.
Great.
My last name is Teteric. And it's always mispronounced, so I don't think anything of it. And half the time so is Naomi, so I usually get called Natalie. But I heard about Take Shape for Life back in 2013 with a former chiropractor, and started eating 6 meals a day. I didn't start in the program, but I started eating 6 meals a day. And over the course of a year, I was able to lose about 30 to 40 pounds. Gained back 10. Figured that's where I was stuck. I was still over 180 pounds, was still, obese, just figured that's where I was going to be. And then started going to Dr. Sheila White, my chiropractor now, and my health coach and my mentor. And she just did a really good job of dripping the program, letting me know it was there. And so then I and actually my boss started on the program together, and I lost 50 pounds over about 6 months. And I never used to tell people the first part of that story, but I do now, because of the difference in trying this on my own with food, and the ease of doing it with the fuelings is night and day different, and twice as fast. So I do share that a little bit more now than I ever used to, just to let people know, yeah, you can do it with food, but this is so much easier, and it just really, working full time just made my life easier. So I became a health coach about 2 years ago. My son is actually the one who said to me, well, Mom, why don't you do it so I can sign up on the program? He did, lost about 20 pounds, but then because due to health issues, he quit. And I'm very happy to say just placed his next order because the health issues are kind of under control at the moment. So my husband's lost weight in the program. My sister and my niece are both on program right now. Between the two of them, they've already lost 50 pounds. So that's what keeps me going, is seeing the results. For my business, I did become certified this year. I have been trying to listen to any call that I possibly can. And I like to work out I leave home at 4:30 in the morning to go work out in the morning. So I always try to listen to some type of recording on the way, so that I get that in also. So if I can't be on the calls, I listen to the recordings, and a lot of times I re-listen to recordings because they're so good. I've been definitely using Facebook, reaching out. One of the things that really was successful for me recently was reaching out and saying, hey, will anyone let me practice our new health assessment on them? I ended up doing about 7 calls because of that and getting a new client, and I have another call still coming up next week because of that. So that really worked well. I also did just join the Health Coach Challenge. So Sheila, you can expect to start seeing my weekly Excel sheet coming in. So, and I am signed up for convention next year. I did not go this year because I have a new grandbaby that was born this summer, but I'm already signed up for next year and got my hotel booked.
Great. Naomi, thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. And first you started with your own health, and then you became a coach to help the people that you love the most, your family members. So thanks for sharing that. And next we're going to go to Laura. And Laura, unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm done. Hello, everybody. I love these morning things. And I just passed my year anniversary of being playing and lost 52 pounds. And more importantly for me, and this is part of what I share with people a lot on Facebook and have for a long time, and I think is what makes the difference. I share my personal story several times a week. And I share not just about the weight loss and the physical piece of that, but more about the energy and the mental piece. And I've been very depressed. My husband died several years ago, and the connection between grieving and weight gain, and then the weight loss and the healing, is what I really hone in on in how I share my story. And what I found in that sharing, when I share my because I share other people's health transformation stories too, and I get a few people who are interested. When I share my story, hundreds of people respond. So I share my story a lot, and the people who have started joining, and I signed up 4 people in 2 days. Every single one of them said, I've been watching you, and now I'm ready because you're keeping it off, because it's obviously working. So that's been the big shift for me. The other thing that's really worked as far as why I started to boom, one, it's no longer an experiment. This is a commitment, a life commitment. So like even doing this meeting, I run a very large horse farm. I am really busy all the time. I wasn't going to come on this morning, but my big commitment is this is my first priority now, because this is what I want my long-term life to be, is the health coaching. So that's been key. I got a lot of people to join on my newsletter, about 50 people actually, through a Facebook post. And I follow up with all of those people every couple of weeks. And then that's another thing that people are starting to say, okay, I want to know more. So that's one. And then the other thing is Carrie Miguel, who's on here. Her and I both started, I started as a client as an experiment, and I started as a coach as an experiment. And now it's a commitment. And Carrie and I have started doing some events together. And so her and I doing things as a team is huge, because I need other people to help motivate me on the days that I could stay in my house really all the time. I could be a recluse. Having somebody else go along with me, it taps into my superpower energy, and then it's all good. So, so and I listen to The Secret every single morning to remind me to be to looking at what it is I want my life to be, not what I don't want it to be. And so I listen to that every single morning to start my day. So
that's great, Laura. And what I hear you say is your consistency is making a difference.
Yeah.
A lot of times too, newer coaches, we get frustrated by the fact that people don't get it right away, but they're watching what we do. They're watching to make sure we're staying in as health coaches, that our own personal journey is going well. And then all of a sudden something will trigger within them. You know what? I want to hear more. I want to do that too. So by the fact that they don't sign up right away, that doesn't mean they're not interested. It's just, I'm not ready right now. So let's go on to Carrie. Thanks, Laura. Carrie, do you want to, we can't see you, but you could share what's working for you, what's your background, and then what's working for you as a health coach.
Yes, hi. I apologize for not having video today. I think I need to reboot my whole computer. But anyway, I'm a physician, and I knew about the program. I even signed on as a coach and did absolutely nothing for a full year because I couldn't get out of my own head. And then Laura and I, as we talked about, I said, let's do this as an experiment, see if it works. And we're friends. And she's like, okay, let's do this. And you guys all know it worked. So, so that combined with the biggest thing that really kicked Laura and I off, or for me, kicked me off, is going to convention. So seeing Dr. A, seeing the mission, realizing this wasn't just some diet company, multi-manager, like the passion there lit me on fire. I totally got behind it. And I'm also super excited because I was at a point in my career where I was trying to decide if I was going to restart a new practice or as a physician. And then I realized this is perfect because I can travel, and travel is my passion. So those two things combined, the convention, and then I really tapped into we have so much information out there. So I've listened to all the Dan Valentine videos, and then I listened that were on Simple System. I think I listened to all the Simple Systems ones, and then I listened all to his new 9 boot camp ones. And I listen to those when I'm traveling in the car, and that always gives me a boost, as does the Monday night calls with Dr. A. Anytime I can see Dr. A, I just am like, yes, I get jumping up and down excited. And then, so those things, and then probably just the consistency of, okay, yes, I'm going to use Facebook for the good and spread love and the mission. And lo and behold, I start getting clients. So it's working.
Thanks, Carrie. Events, as you mentioned, very powerful.
Yes.
The convention only happens once a year. It's mandatory if you want to grow a big business. So thanks for sharing that. And Debbie Baumel is one of our newest superstars, an integrated national director. So she has those 5 senior coach legs or more, but to be a national, you have to have 3 executive director legs. So that's huge. Debbie, do you want to?
Integration means she has a minimum of $6,000 in frontline volume. And Debbie happens to be one of our coaches that carries high frontline volume, meaning she's got helping support lots of clients. Congratulations, Deb.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I actually made this rank in September and in October. So that was very cool. And I guess I'm going to have to go along with everyone else about events. I think the event of having the convention here in St. Louis, where we are, and I know not all of you live in St. Louis, but I think the common theme is events. That motivated me to just get out and invite more people to come. And through that, I met someone that became a coach, and then another person that I met who became a coach was actually Elaine. She's on this Zoom now. And so I met Elaine on a cruise. A couple years ago, I was at the first ever cruise that my husband and I took, and Elaine and her husband were sitting next to my husband and I at dinner one night, and we just started chatting. And yeah, it was like, that was an epic moment. We knew that we really liked each other, and she was just in a place in her life where she was looking for something else and looking to move on to the next phase of her life. So that has been super fun. And I think Elaine was really inspired by coming to the convention, and was, very committed to the incentive trip. And so we worked together, and she did most of the work to get to executive director. So that has been a fun journey for both of us, up and down a lot of highs and lows, like a roller coaster, but it's great, fun doing those kinds of things together with a partner, partnering with someone who has a similar vision, because we know for our own selves as well as for others that transformations are incredible. I lost 80 pounds 8 years ago with this program, and Dr. Eisen, yeah, she's on here, Brenda Eisen, is my health coach, and if she hadn't shared this with me all these people, none of them would have had this opportunity to get healthy. And, Elaine knows people I don't know, and all my coaches know people I don't know. So it's so cool to see that ripple effect when we decide to share not only the program, but the, ability for someone to coach others. So I think those things were really motivating to definitely to Elaine and I, but, it's just been a really fun thing. Events or incentives create this kind of urgency that, helps me to, step up my game. And that's why I'm excited about the Health Coach Challenge actually too, because sometimes we could get into this mindset of believing that it's the holidays, nobody will want to sign up. But the fact is that if we continue to take the action, like action always works. Always, always, always. And so if we get in our own way or get in our own head and think no one will want to sign up during the holidays, that's us creating that. But the reality is, lots of people sign up during the holidays. So that's why I'm excited that the Health Coach Challenge will keep me in momentum.
And Debbie, one thing that you said that is so important, all we have to do is get to know people and tell them what we do. Like, you could have sat next to Elaine on that cruise and, chatted about other stuff, which I'm sure you did because you were getting to know one another, and never mentioned that you were a health coach. One of my ED lines was a person that I met on an airplane. I sat next to her, where are you from? What do you do? Do you have children? What does your husband do? So oftentimes people say, well, what do you say? You say what you would say to anyone that you're trying to get to know. So you get to know them first, and then they will ask you, well, what do you do? Where do you live? Do you have kids? And that's how the whole thing, it's just caring about other human beings. So that is wonderful. And thank you for that, Deb. And we're going to switch now to we don't really have to go to the slide, but the last part is question and answer. Actually, I'm going to share real quick how to access, because I think this is really important, how to access those recordings. So if you go to, and these are the habits of health, if you go to youtube.com and then you search here, search habits of health, and you see that it pops right up because I've searched it many times. Habits of health Zoom calls. So if you click there, notice that it pulls up a lot of the Zooms that have been done in the past. But if you look at the dates, some of these are old. 2016, here's my breast cancer talk from 2016, and so on. If you click on this Optavia symbol, you will pull up the rest of them. And it always defaults to this little tiny video about Optavia, so I just shut that down. But here are all of the habits of health and the trilogy presentations that were done on those Wednesday evenings. And they're in order. Now, if you click on the bottom, show more, now you've got even more of them. So here's my one on breast cancer from October 3rd, and so on and so forth. And then when you run out of those, you can click on View All, and it'll pull up all of the videos. The nice thing is you see what the topics is. Here's the millennial trilogy presentation. Here's this one, Living Above the Line, and so on and so forth. And then if you want to, and I'm going to just kind of go to my own, but if you want to send someone the link, you actually click on the video, click on share. Here is the link. You click on copy. Now it's on your clipboard, link copy to clipboard, and now you can paste it into a text message into an email. So that's how that works. And, you know, because a lot of people struggle with finding those videos. So now we're going to go to any comments that people have, any questions, any struggles that they might have. We're kind of we're at the end of our hour, so anyone that has to get off, we totally understand. But if you have anything that you want to share and you've got, you know, 5 or 10 more minutes, great, stay on.
I have something I want to share. And again, yeah, we're at our hour, but you know what? I'm not apologizing for that because I think we have great information and we want to hear from you, successes, challenges. But I have one more thing, and that's in regards to events. We will get more details on Monday, but Dr. Anderson is hosting an event. Now, this is for the A team. And when we say A team, we mean Dr. A, and these are his coaches sort of outside of the huge Miller team. So it brings us down to a smaller group. But Dr. A and Dan Bell and his part of the team that's not the Miller team are joining forces. And in January, probably the third weekend in January, we're going to have an event here in Orlando. I'm happy about that, but all of you who are freezing in the Midwest can come to Florida. And it's for EDs and above. That's going to be the criteria. Now, I don't want to see anybody frown. Why? Because everybody on this call can be ED or above by the end of January. And you have to be ED or above. It's not your highest ever. It's probably going to be the last 4 to 6 months, at least once, or, you know, I'm not exactly sure of the criteria. But for brand news, if you brand new November, December, I know you'll get an invitation. I'm not sure how long that, you know, if they'll go to 4 months or 6 months, that, you know, at least once. So I say it to save the date, get to work, the challenge, those kinds of things will help. And I think we'll get more details on Monday as soon as we have them. Please know that Dee and I'll put them in Team Creating Health. They'll also be in Team Wellness. But very important stuff. One other quick thing, I'm going to really quick hop on to share my screen, hop on to Team Wellness. And while I'm doing this, if somebody else has a question,
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Dee, when you went through the thing of how to share a video, you click on the video, you click share, and then what do you do after that?
And then the link is there, and you click on copy.
Okay.
And then the link is copied. And then when you go into a text message or a email, you just click and paste it.
Okay.
So it's it's on your clipboard.
Okay.
But you just click, paste it, and then there's the link right there.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Please help, guys. I'm sorry, I'm challenged. Here we go. Team Creating Health. Somebody else has another question. I'm just clicking into Team Creating Health. And of course, it seems like it goes pretty slow when we're on Zoom, but it's coming. Just to show you here's the Facebook group is coming up on the left. Click on this announcements. Boy, it is slow. And then you won't have to scroll through as much. It's just slow, guys. And you'll see the announcement coming up. There's one, and maybe we'll unpin this one. So this one comes up at the top. It's October 30th, one I did about this challenge. Now, if you click here, first of all, you click to register if you want to. Here's a 16-minute video. There's 10 globals on this video. I hope you'll watch it. But if you click on number 2, it's the actual document. Now, I showed you a picture. Well, no, this is instructions and information about the challenge. So here's that 60-minute video. If you want to watch it here, it gives you the information on the challenge. And then there's number 1, register here. If you click here, you can register for the challenge. And it's just your name. They're going to ask you global director or your presidential so that we get you registered. There's no cost. It's all free. And then Facebook group, click here. We'll add you to the group if you're not already in it. But then the form that I showed you is this editable Excel format. So you click on it. Now there's also the PDF only. Now PDF means you can make no changes, and that's the one that I showed you, that I downloaded and I just printed. And this is just if you want to have one to write on. But if you want to have one, an electronic copy, editable Excel format, I just clicked on it and it's going to come up, and then you download it. And when you download it, there's a download button here on the upper right-hand corner. Oh, geez, I'm trying to move. Okay. And it'll download it as an Excel, save it to your computer. See, put your name and stuff, save it to your computer. See how I download it? So if I go to my downloads, there it is. You can see I downloaded 3 times today already. Then the Excel format, you download to your computer, and then you it'll be here for you. You can work on it, you save it, you won't lose your information, you email it electronically to your sponsor. Any questions on this?
Pat, I just want to say too, for anybody that's challenged technology-wise, you can just print off the PDF copy and work on the paper copy. Don't get overwhelmed on, oh my gosh, I don't know how to download, I don't know how to put it into documents and file. Just print it off. And use it that way.
Definitely, you can use it this way. I will volunteer to jump on a Zoom and help you with it, because you know what? If you're serious about growing this business, this is not the last challenge you'll ever be in. And we can come on, and I know Dee would too. We'll come on and do it with you. After you do it, where you'll do it, we'll walk you through it. Or if somebody wants to stay now, I have a few minutes. I got a couple calls, but I want to encourage us to embrace the challenge. Challenge is the way also. But hey, if you're running short of time and you have options, definitely. I'm going to stop my share.
You want to stop your share? Yeah, your share.
Yeah.
And any comments, any questions, anybody want help with something they're struggling with, or maybe you had some wins this week that you'd like to share?
We'd love to hear about them.
I'm going to say something real quickly. I had a lead from the company yesterday. I called her. She's about 100 pounds overweight. We did the health assessment. She was very excited about the program, but she said to me, you know what, Dee, I'm not sure this is the right time to start, because we've got, this is Thanksgiving month, and then we've got Christmas. And here's how I answered it. I said, I know how you feel. Years ago, I felt the same way. However, in the month of November, you're talking about one day, Thanksgiving Day. You're probably not going to be perfect on Thanksgiving Day, but you can pick it up the day after. In December, you're talking about maybe 4 days, Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, maybe 4 days. So instead of, on average, gaining 14 pounds during the holidays, like most Americans, you could be down 15, 20, maybe even 30 pounds in that period of time, maybe even more, depending on where you're starting. So again, don't let people back you into a corner. You want to have confidence and be professional and think on your feet. I know what you're saying about the holidays. I love the holidays too. However, it's really about 5 days in that 2-month period of time. So she signed up. She's very excited about starting. Any other questions, comments? All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend, guys. And we're so honored that you're part of our teams, and we're all in this together. So
thanks for everyone showing up today too. Glad you're here. I hope it was helpful.
Thank you.
See you Tuesday.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, everyone. Congrats on the rank ups.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. I'm going to stop the recording.